everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside me, as always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
And welcome you to join us on this wonderful journey as we all become Legend of the Nerds. Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
After a cold afternoon, huh?
Yeah,
Vermont finally got struck with the snow.
I hate the snow so much.
It had to come. It had to come.
I'm really hoping for mild winter again, but I could go and have a green winter, or a green Christmas, however they say it, and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Though I'm a hater of winter, and so that means I'm a hater of Christmas, so I always say bah humbug, but that's just me.
We know what happened a couple days ago.
What?
Mexico, Louisiana, Texas all got snow.
Yes, I saw the little jet stream of cold air went through.
Good for them, huh?
Good for them. They don't know what to do with it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to even tomorrow. We have that little storm coming in. And
I've been watching it closely because I got to work tomorrow.
I might be staying at the resort tomorrow.
Hey,
I don't know yet.
free stay, right?
I don't know. That's the thing. I got to ask.
When I worked out at a hotel, I got free stays.
I've heard they do. And I mean, we're in our dead time of the year right now. Not many people. But I don't know. The thing is, it's my day off after tomorrow. Do I really want to spend my whole day off?
At a resort?
At work?
At a resort.
Doing what? Everything's closed.
Well, you spend the night, then you just take off and go to the theater or something.
I'd rather go home and relax.
Fair enough. Well, and we have a kind of a big show today, huh?
Yes, we do.
Main event, we got winter movies coming up, right?
Yeah, winter's not exactly the time for movie watching, but there is still a handful of them out there to go see.
There is. That on top of, we have a huge Flareverse coming up.
Yes.
Right? We got the Earth Crisis on Earth X and the mid-season finale stuff. Let's start off with a little wrestling talk like always, huh?
Yes, because we have a lot going on, and it is the end of the year for wrestling. There's not much to talk about, but in Impact Wrestling, your boy Petey Williams, the Canadian Destroyer, had his very first world title match. You don't expect a cruiserweight type guy getting world title matches, but it was an amazing match. Unfortunately, he didn't pull out the victory, but I'd say maybe this opens up the door for him, but I highly doubt it. I think it's just they were in Canada for the last couple weeks, so they kind of like threw him a world title match kind of thing. Second, we have Clash of Champions coming up, the final pay-per-view of the year for WWE. So far, this is the card. AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal, rematch. You have Baron Corbin putting up his U.S. title in a triple threat against Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Maybe a good match.
Possibly.
Maybe those two push Baron Corbin to do something good.
Possibly.
You have Charlotte Flair versus Natalya, rematch for the women's title. And now it's turned into a lumberjack match, or lumberjill, however you want to put it.
Oh, yeah.
You have the Usos in a fatal four-way for the World Tag Team titles, so they're putting their titles up against the New Day, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, and the new team of Rusev and Aiden English.
Huh.
So that'll be a fatal four-way there. And then the other match that was announced is Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee. The reason for this match is Shane's been putting Kevin and Sami through a bunch of obstacles kind of after what happened at Survivor Series, them getting involved in the Raw versus SmackDown match. And he has it now where if they lose the match, they're fired from WWE. They can't go to Raw. They can't come back to SmackDown.
It's a career title. Oh, that's so dumb.
So I think we know where this is going.
I hate that gimmick.
The only time this has actually worked was with Bully Ray and Sting when Sting retired from Impact.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's worked.
Yeah.
So it's like...
They're not going to fire two guys that are, like, in the peak of their career.
Well, it's funny because the weeks prior, Shane has been wanting to fire both of them, and Daniel Bryan refuses to fire them because they're such great talents, and he doesn't want to lose great talent. What would make the story better is if Daniel comes to Shane and says, no, Shane, stop. We're not going to fire them. We're going to trade them to Raw and get something in return instead of just losing something.
That's a good idea.
Then you can get rid of them. You don't have to worry about it. They're your sister's problem. And we still get something in return. Hence, a trade. That'd be better. but there's not much going on because we do have one of the big four coming up next month. It is one of our favorite pay-per-views, and that's the Rumble. Mm-hmm. Do you see... do they have to, in the Rumble, do something big? Because last year, it was a flop, where everyone thought someone was going to return, and it was Roman Reigns at number 30.
Yeah.
Remember everyone was so ticked off over this?
They were. I was a little disappointed.
Does somebody need to come back? And if so, I don't even know who would. Kurt Angle's already back, so you can't have that speculation. Shelton Benjamin's already back. You can't have that speculation. I don't know who would come back. There's no one injured right now. No one big that's injured.
No, unless they got someone from TNA or New Japan Wrestling or even Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. So the other thing I forgot to write down, I'm glad I just remembered it, was the Cruiserweight division. So to determine the number one contender for the Cruiserweight title right now, Kurt has this mini tournament going on where each week, for the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 fatal 4-way matches. And whoever wins each one of those fatal 4-way matches, then in the 3rd week, they'd have a one-on-one match to determine who would be the number one contender for Enzo's Cruiserweight title. One of the two combatants are... now I'm forgetting his name. Rich Swann, remember the guy who does the dancing at the beginning? And Drew Gulak, who Enzo has dubbed Captain Underpants.
So let me stop you right there for a second, because you saying that means you did not get this news that dropped. Okay.
No, I got the news. I'm going
somewhere. Got the news?
Yes, I'm trying to go somewhere with this. So this match has not started. It's supposed to be this Monday. But unfortunately, Rich Swann has now been indefinitely suspended because of a domestic violence incident where he has been arrested.
So
what do they do?
I have no idea what they're going to do right now until his court comes up.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he's found innocent, which me reading the article, it kind of sounds like it was he's going to be found innocent.
Yep.
What it sounds like. I think WWE may still terminate him.
Well, what I'm getting at is how do you now play...
So with that being said...
Will they announce this on WWE, on Raw? Or so the fans all know, I mean, most of the fans probably know what happened. Mm-hmm. If you're a fan of wrestling, you're paying attention to it. But how do they address it on Raw? That's the thing.
They're not going to. They will not touch it. They're going to make sure Rich Swann disappears.
Yeah, but everyone's
what they're gonna do?
Everyone's expecting this match tonight.
Right now, WWE doesn't care what everybody expects. They're just going to stick another cruiserweight in his spot.
You don't think they'll just have maybe like a cruiserweight battle royal, which would be amazing?
They could do that.
Yep.
Or they'll just stick somebody else in that spot.
Yep.
And pretend that Rich Swann never even existed.
Which it just upsets me because Rich Swann is such an amazing cruiserweight.
He's a real good talent.
So, unfortunately, no Rich Swann. That's Wrestling Talk.
That's Wrestling Talk. Let's see what we got going on next. Nintendo news, if you want, a little bit.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Nintendo for you.
I know the Breath of the Wild just came out with a new DLC.
Okay.
They called it the Champion's Ballad. You get 9 new pieces of armor, which is real cool. A new ancient bridle and saddle for the horse. And they added a bike.
A bike?
A bike.
Like a bicycle or a motorcycle bike?
Like a dirt bike. Like an ancient dirt bike.
Where does this come into play in anything Zelda?
I heard you can use it to battle Ganon at the end. And the bike actually looks kind of cool, too.
It doesn't make sense, though.
It may not make sense, but, I mean, I've been playing the game a lot lately, and there's been a lot of spots in the game that I didn't remember seeing the first time around. So I think they're adding stuff in there and adding to the storyline even more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I never got the first DLC yet, so I may have to spend $40 to get both of them.
Well, I have a little video game talk, because you always do the video game stuff.
Yep.
So I now have the Xbox One.
Oh, you did buy it?
Yeah, during Black Friday. And started playing Injustice 2. Mm-hmm. And I will have to bring the system over one night and have you play Injustice 2, because Injustice 2 is amazing.
Yeah, it's a solid game.
I have voted for Injustice 2 for Game of the Year on our Nerdy Awards here already. I'm maybe a quarter of the way through, and I am loving it so much. In the beginning, the Robin is Damian Wayne.
Yep.
And he is like hardcore in there, like trying to beat and everything.
It's a real solid game, man.
Yeah, and just the addition of all the extra characters and the storyline continues from Injustice 1. It's flat down, hands down one of the
I'm not a big fighting game genre, but I mean, the Injustice series, it's a solid game.
And I like it because what happens is you'll go through different areas. Like in one area, we go to Gorilla City to fight Grodd. And you're Green Arrow and Black Canary. And in certain parts of the game, you get to choose. Usually you only had that one character, and you battled through that area. Now you can choose, do I want to be Black Canary, or do I want to be Green Arrow? So I would fight with both, getting a chance to use both of them. Come to find out, in Injustice 1, I was Green Arrow all the way. Black Canary is even better. She's got the Canary Cry on there is a great move. And I'm so excited for the next level where I stopped. You get to use Firestorm and Blue Beetle, so I'm excited to use both of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Two new type of guys. That's what I'm loving about the game is the new characters and the new the new abilities and new moves you get to use with them.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Did we ever talk about the Sonic movie last show?
No, I didn't even. I knew about a new Sonic.
I had it written down, and I did not. I thought I mentioned it last, but we didn't. So I'll say it now. Because it worked in video game talk, I guess. Sony Pictures picked up the rights to the new Sonic movie. It's a live-action movie. So I'm assuming it's going to work a lot like the Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay.
I'm guessing. But it's a good pick for Sony to grab this from Paramount.
I don't know how I feel. Like, I enjoyed the Sonic animation television show, for instance, growing up.
But I mean, like, it's going to be a, it's going to be a CGI hedgehog.
Yeah, and we know where you are with CGI.
That part, I don't know. It worked for the Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
It worked for that. It depends on what they're going to do. I mean, I can imagine, like, it's going to be like Dr. Robotnik. I'm hoping they go with him for the villain as, like, a live-action character. But I don't know. What do you think? A live-action Sonic movie.
Again, the live-action Sonic I'm not looking forward to because Sonic to me has always been that animated character.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to make a Sonic movie animation, I'd enjoy it probably. Live action, I mean, that's like making. That's like they've talked always about making a live-action Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where I stand on it.
Right. I mean, with Sonic changing so much from when I played it as a kid to now. I mean, I'm used to the short, fat Sonic, right? With Dr. Robotnik being the villain.
Floating around in the little orb thing.
Now you have the tall Sonic with Eggman being a villain.
Yeah, the tall Sonic that looks more like Knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, speaking of Knuckles, they changed Knuckles like 10 times. I mean, he used to be a blumbering idiot, and he was like, looks just like Sonic before. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with this movie. I just hope they don't destroy it.
It's going to be it's going to be massive CGI, like you said, and I know where you go with CGI because we talked about it for DC, for instance. You're a huge Cyborg fan, and that's one of the reasons you're losing interest in Cyborg.
Yeah, so. It just looks bad, so I'm hoping they do it good in this. So we'll find out.
We'll see.
But I wanted to mention that. What do you want to do next?
Well, talking about TV, it's a great way to move into TV talk.
Perfect, let's do it.
Talk about a little Justice League. I got to finally go see Justice League.
Okay.
Out of all 5 movies, DC movies that came out, I have it ranked as my number 2 favorite. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was intriguing. There were some parts. The thing is, they tried to make Barry Allen the funny guy, and it wasn't really funny. It was kind of stupid funny. But the action in it, the fight scenes were amazing. My favorite thing was, I always mention the 1989 movie Batman, Tim Burton's Batman, is one of my all-time favorite Batman movies. And I love the Batman theme music in it. They used that exact theme music when Ben Affleck's flying around with his zip line and everything like that.
Okay.
That was a nice touch, that addition of the music. You told me I can go into it a little bit without.
Go ahead.
And you won't be spoiled.
Go ahead.
Green Lantern was introduced in the movie. It wasn't a Hal Jordan or John Stewart because there's a battle that goes on with Steppenwolf, who is a disciple of Darkseid, and Steppenwolf kills the Green Lantern, but you get to see that little bit of Green Lantern in this because we know we're getting a Green Lantern movie, which was a nice touch. And I mentioned in a text to you, Beth Phoenix was an Amazon in the movie. She had a very quick scene.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure it was her. It looked like her. She's they're collapsing the cave that Steppenwolf's in to try to get the mother box away from him, and she has to hold up the stone wall door to let the Queen of the Amazons go out.
Oh,
and
nice.
so she gets trapped in there. But it zooms in on her face. And I'm like, that really looks like Beth Phoenix. It could be. I mean, who else would you want holding up a wall? A stone wall. So, I mean...
As an Amazon, then
she's
the Glamazon.
She's like holding it like she did in her pose in WWE on the top rope and stuff. So, obviously, like I said, Steppenwolf, he's a disciple of Darkseid. He's there to collect the 3 mother boxes. And he mentions Darkseid in the movie. And we knew we weren't getting Darkseid.
So we had a name drop.
Yes.
Okay.
We knew we weren't getting Darkseid in the first one, but everyone's speculating Justice League 2 will be the arrival of Darkseid. After watching the movie, I don't believe that's going to happen because in the post-credit scene, Lex Luthor has broken out of Blackgate or Arkham Asylum, one of them, and Deathstroke shows up on Lex's boat, and of course he reveals his face and everything, which I like the Silver Fox version of Deathstroke kind of instead of the younger version. It's a nice touch, eye patch, all that, and Lex mentions that we need to make our own league, hence Legion of Doom is my thought. Is gonna
Lex was never in Legion of Doom.
Yes, but when he mentions we need to make our own league. This is the DCEU. They go on their own path, kind of thing.
They really do, and it's disgusting.
With that being a end of the credit scene where you have Deathstroke and Lex talking about making their own league, in my head, it makes me think that Legion of Doom is going to be the big bad in Justice League 2, which makes sense if DC wants to do what Marvel's doing with the 3 Avenger movies, where Thanos got name drop, or a little scene at the end of the first. I believe he might have been mentioned maybe he was in Age of Ultron. He's there. He says, I'll do the work myself, and gets the Infinity Gauntlet. And then we know we're getting...
The Guardians movies he was introduced.
We know we're getting him in the third one as the big bad. DC might think, okay, this is the way to go, like Marvel's doing, and hint our big bad, which is Darkseid, in the 2 movies, and then we get him in the third.
Maybe. I don't want to trash too much. I mean, I'm not a big DC fan right now. Their extended universe is terrible to me.
No, I know.
They started off like crap, and they're going to end it like crap.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't want to judge Justice League yet, because I've not seen it.
You will see it, because I'm buying it right when it
I
comes
learned a
out.
lesson when it came to Ant-Man. I didn't like the idea of Ant-Man.
But it was an amazing movie.
But it was a good movie.
And I'm looking forward to Ant-Man and Wasp.
So I don't want to judge a Justice League yet, even though I already have speculation on how the movie will be.
Like, I looked at the numbers. So it cost $300 million to make Justice League. They've only made $600 million. So they've made $300 for profit.
Yeah.
That is one of right now, $600 million is the worst, I believe, out of all the DC EU movies.
When I watch a movie, I don't look at just for like a show, you know. I like a good storyline.
Yeah.
I like how the director takes each scene, you know. I don't want to say this movie's crap yet until I actually see it.
Yeah, it had its moments where it's like, but then there were certain moments where I was on the edge of my seat, like, this is really good. The fight scenes were the best part of the movie. Like, the fight scenes at the end with Steppenwolf and Wonder Woman, for instance, were very good. And Aquaman, I was really having my doubts. Aquaman was one of the top stars in the movie. The parts that he had. Jason Momoa did an amazing job as Aquaman. And we criticize Aquaman, the character, and even Jason Momoa starring as Aquaman a lot, but he held that movie. And of course, Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, what can I say?
He said he's done because that's what I've been hearing.
I don't think so, not after. He did a really good job.
He does a good job, but I've been reading a lot, and he's pretty much done with it.
Can we stop that, though? We read about this all the time.
We do.
Same thing with Gal Gadot saying she's going to not play Wonder Woman. It would be the dumbest thing, I think, in their careers to say, nope, screw the fans.
So, Ben Affleck, at this point in time, he can say that. He can get any part he wants. He's Ben Affleck. He has morals. Same with Gal Gadot. You know, she's made a name for herself in Hollywood, and she has her reasons why she doesn't want to do this. She does not feel comfortable on set with one certain person. If she doesn't feel safe or comfortable on set with that one person, why should she continue going through that torture?
Yeah, but Margaret,
like,
you got Margaret Robbie the same thing as Harley Quinn, and yet she's doing it because she knows this is an amazing role. Continue with it.
Margaret doesn't give a crap, and Gaudette is like...
Yeah, but Margaret Robbie's become like the top woman actress out there.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, they're still human beings. Even though they're actors and they play superheroes,
I understand.
They're still human beings who have to work in an environment. And if they don't feel comfortable working in an environment with a certain person, they have every right to say,
I understand,
don't want to do it.
It's the same thing I get with sports athletes, for instance. Yeah. You are getting paid millions of dollars, where I would take half of that money and do the job for you, if I could, obviously. And to me, it's... You're getting so much in return, why can't you give the fans who are giving you that money the opportunity to watch you? Suck it up, take one for the team, and do it. I hate it when they recast. Recasting is the dumbest thing ever.
No, I totally agree. I don't like recasting either. But, I mean, they're still human beings who deserve the respect of everybody that they work with. You know, and if she's not feeling comfortable, then why should she have to put up with it?
Well, then what needs to happen is the studio needs to figure something out where if you don't want to fire any one of the people or keep everybody and try to come up with a way to
exactly.
do
Yeah,
it.
that's exactly what you need to do.
And not give, here's more money for you, because I think that's the worst way to go.
Oh, yeah. But Ben, Ben with being Batman, I think he's getting sick.
He's my number 2 Batman right now. Michael Keaton's my number 1. Ben Affleck does an amazing Batman. If he leaves, I am a non-Ben Affleck fan now.
I don't know. I mean, I doubt he'll leave. It's just speculations and rumors right now.
Because he's done 2 movies. That's it.
Yeah.
With Batman. Unlike where we talk about in Marvel, Chris Evans as Captain America, he can leave. He's done it all. He can say, I'm done after Infinity Wars, which I think is going to happen because he's going to die. But that's for another day.
That is another day. Because another rumor came out with that.
Yeah. So, but again, Justice League, I am getting it right when it comes out because that way then you can see it too. But
yeah, definitely.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I mean,
it's not my movie of the year kind of thing, but it is a decent movie. DC is getting better. With time, granted, it's a step down. Wonder Woman was here, then Justice League went down.
Yeah.
But Wonder Woman, you can't really top it. So
you can, with a talking raccoon in a tree.
So moving on, TV talk we got to do because we're running time here.
Look at us, huh?
Netflix. Let's talk a little Netflix for TV.
Netflix, sorry, let's do Netflix.
We have returning the second half of season 2 of The Ranch. I am looking so forward to this.
I am so sick of Netflix and the way they run their shows.
Well, they're doing the same thing regular TV does with mid-season finales. That's the thing.
Netflix takes a show, they film a show, and they dump it all on you at once.
Yes.
Instead of week by week.
This is true.
So I'm thinking when they dump that show on me, that's all of season 1 dumped on me.
Because it's only half an hour each episode. You can literally watch the first half in one sitting.
So, just dump season 1 on me, and then dump season 2.
I will say, right now, though,
here's half of season 2.
I've been rewatching all of The Ranch since the beginning, just to get back into it. So we have that this Friday. Then the Friday after, the 22nd, Fuller House, the second season comes back. I love Fuller House. And also Will Smith's movie Bright comes out.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this movie. It looks amazing. If you haven't seen the trailer for Bright, check it out. This movie looks amazing.
Now that's a Netflix exclusive movie, right?
Yes.
Is it smart for Will Smith to jump on a Netflix exclusive?
Netflix and all their exclusive stuff right now has been very popular. That's the thing.
Well, popular or not, is it a smart career move for him to do that?
It's one movie. I mean, he's got so many other movies he's filming
So
right
you're saying
now.
it's a smart move for him?
I think it's just, yeah, he enjoyed the role and he wanted to take it.
I don't think he has anything to worry about.
I mean, the whole Netflix thing has revived, I think, Adam Sandler and Kevin James.
I was going to say, for Adam Sandler, it's probably one of his best moves.
Yeah.
Go to Netflix, do all Netflix movies. They're all good except for one.
I don't know. I haven't watched all of them yet.
So all of Adam Sandler movies right now are really good, except for that Sandy Dixie movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't
That
watched
one wasn't good.
Yeah. Staying on the bandwagon for the ranch, though, did you hear about Danny, is it McBride, or who plays Rooster?
Danny Masters.
Yeah, Masters, being fired from Netflix. From
Has
the
he?
ranch. Yes, it was breaking news. Netflix, obviously they already filmed this part of the season. Mm-hmm. And then the first half of next season, so the first 10 episodes, he had already filmed. But after that, because of some rape allegations that he's being charged for,
Oh, that I heard about.
Netflix fired him.
Oh, that's so dumb.
So here we go again. What's going to happen with the ranch? Is this the end of the ranch, or are they going to kill off the character somehow, or are they going to recast the character? Recasting's the dumbest thing ever because there's no way you can recast him in this role.
No, you can't.
I'm wondering if this is going to be the end of the ranch.
It could be.
Because him and Ashton Kutcher make an amazing duo.
I guess they could have it go direction they did like earlier in the season where he decides to move to another ranch and work there.
So more killing off the character,
Yeah.
which is going to ruin
Where
the show.
he's still in the universe of
They
ranch,
mention him kind of
but
thing,
don't bring him up yet.
which is going to ruin the show.
It could.
So
It could.
to end,
Unless they bring in Topher Grace.
oh God, no.
Their third son who got away.
No. Topher Grace, horrible actor. No.
Let's just bring the entire That
No.
70 show back together on the ranch.
Finishing up TV talk, we had a couple trailers debut. I'd like to save the best one for last. So we'll go Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm really looking forward to this movie, but it's getting a lot of backlash of, okay, so we're going back to the island to rescue the dinosaurs.
I was not impressed with the trailer at all.
No, I saw mini trailers and I posted those to you, and then I had the full trailer. The only funny thing is when they get mentioned, Blue is still alive, the raptor. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, and he goes there to rescue the raptor. What are you going to do? Bring the dinosaurs to the big city?
Seriously.
I mean, okay, volcano's going to explode. It's just like in history. The dinosaurs will be extinct.
Let it go.
I mean, I don't get the storyline.
It's a silly storyline.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer, I'm like, I'm probably not going to see this, but Amber wants to see it, so I probably will see it.
Well, that's the thing. We're going to get more trailers in the future of it because it doesn't come out until like June or July.
But when you take a trailer and you drop the plot, right in the first trailer, it's like, wow, that's what's going to be about? I'm good.
Jumping to the best trailer, though, Avengers Infinity Wars. We finally got a full-length trailer to this, and I am so giddy to watch this movie. I almost want to go opening night, but I'm not going to because I hate those crowds.
Oh, yeah.
But the best part of that trailer is Black Panther saying, "Get this man his shield." I love that. People have been joking about that constantly.
Oh, those memes are everywhere.
And the whole cap with the whole facial hair look and everything. Even just showing each individual character, Tom Holland Spider-Man, where Spider Sense happens, and getting the Iron Spider suit.
Yep.
Nice touch. The war scene where you see all the warriors of Wakanda going after Thanos' army. This trailer had everything, and it made you want to watch the movie right now.
That's how a trailer should be. You sell the movie without giving anything away.
Thanos, one of the other things, we all know Thanos beats up on Tony Stark in the Iron Man suit, but then they add Thanos choking out Peter in the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch. And a lot of people are speculating that somebody else is operating the Hulkbuster suit, and it's not Tony in there. If so, do you have any thoughts of who it might be?
I saw the trailer once, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's not fresh in my head.
My funny thought would be it's Bruce Banner, and then he transforms into Hulk in the Hulkbuster suit. So he breaks it apart, but he's wearing pieces of Hulkbuster, which would be hilarious. We also have the scene, I got asked, how come Vision's human already? I believe they showed a little bit of that in Civil War. Because of his relationship with Scarlet Witch, he's trying to make himself look human compared to android kind of type. Nice touch with whoever's ripping the Mind Stone out of Vision. And the biggest question that I have is, and I don't know where they're going to go with it. Where is the Soul Stone still? I don't think it's going to show up in Black Panther. My thought is it's going to all of a sudden show up in Infinity Wars, and Thanos already has it. And they're not really going to explain how the Soul Stone happens. Here are the speculations where the Soul Stone is. One of the biggest ones is Heimdall has the Soul Stone. Have you ever looked at Heimdall's eyes? They glow orangish yellow, which is the color of the Soul Stone. Could Heimdall have the Soul Stone?
You know, I wonder if Red Skull's going to end up having it.
So, that's one speculation. The other is, I had my coworker Jeremy, who's a big fan of the Marvel movies too. He hadn't watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 yet.
Okay.
And it was on Netflix. So I told him to watch it. And we're watching it. And I watched the end again, where after Yondu dies, the Ravengers, all the groups end up giving him the Ravenger funeral. Then you watch some of the post-credit scenes, and you have Sylvester Stallone as one of the Ravengers and the other Ravenger groups. And he says, let's go steal some stuff. Did you ever notice who one of the Ravengers was in that group of Ravengers?
No.
Hela from Thor Ragnarok is a Ravenger. Could, when he says, let's go steal some stuff, they're going to steal the Soul Stone for Thanos, and that is the backstory of how Thanos gets the Soul Stone. The Ravengers steal it, or Hela is still alive. Oh, I just spoiled the ending for you in Thor Ragnarok there. And maybe she still does have the Soul Stone somehow because they went and stole it. Because she was a part of that Ravenger group. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to happen.
That's why Marvel's so good.
Yep.
Because you can have all these speculations and you don't really know until...
Plus there's the whole thing where the Infinity Stones, what they are and where they were found, spell the name Thanos out. And the Soul Stone's the last one. And that's why people speculate Heimdall, because we're missing the H. And where else do you have an H in the Marvel Universe besides Heimdall? Who knows? My thought is it's just going to be, oh, he already has it. Maybe it's already on the glove.
And it could be. It could be.
Yeah, so. But if you haven't seen the trailer, look it up. It's amazing.
I may have to watch it again.
Yeah, so. We did a lot of TV talk there. Moving into the box office heroes.
We can do that, sure.
Unless you have anything else you want to do for TV talk.
No, we got the Flareverse hit, too.
Yep. Box office, I'm going to go quick. Number 3, Justice League. Number 2, Wonder. Number 1, Coco.
Wait, one more time?
Justice League, number 3. Wonder at number 2. And Coco at number 1.
That was really close. You just mixed 2 and 3 together. So, Wonder came in number 3.
Okay.
Justice League number 2, and Coco number 1 again.
My thought is Justice League starting to make some more money. It was just the time when it came out.
It was tough, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I think so too.
So.
But I mean, Wonder is number 3. That actually is really good. That's that new Owen Wilson movie.
Yeah. Coco, though, still.
Still number 1.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the winter time. There's
and
not really.
They made $18 million over the weekend.
Wow.
Which is really good. Yeah. Justice League at $9 million and Wonder $8 million.
Sure. Really quick, I didn't get to talk about this last week. A little Go Talk. We don't get to talk much about Pokemon Go. They had the past couple weeks the global challenge, where if we caught around the world over 3 billion Pokemon, they'd unlock Farfetch'd worldwide, and we did. So the last 2 days of the week-long challenge, I got to catch 9 Farfetch's. So I love that. But because over in Japan, Farfetch'd is already a regional Pokemon there, they unlock Kangaskhan for them. My deal with this is, I hate the fact with the whole regional things, I want them to unlock that everywheres. I don't want to have to say, oh, I can only go to Japan to get this one, or I can only go to India to get this one. I hate that.
Yeah.
They also, 50 of the Gen 3 Pokemon have arrived this week. So I've been catching a lot of Gen 3. I love it. And they added the weather addition to it, where now on the app it shows the actual weather that's going on outside. And depending on what it's doing outside, it enhances each Pokemon's abilities.
Right.
So if it's sunny, you get good fire ones. If it's snowing, the ice ones work better, stuff like that. Nice touches that they're adding to the game.
Yeah. The app is getting better, I guess. I saw playing it because when I opened the game up, look, it's a Weedle. It's a Pidgey.
Yes, but now with 3 different generations, there's...
I'm still only seeing Weedles.
Really?
And Pidgeys.
I see a lot of Gen 3s right now.
Well, that's because they're new. But in a week or two, when the news wears off, those Pokemon are disappear from my screen.
You need to just go out on a day I have off, and you'll be able to find things. Moving on, we have Flareoverse before the main event.
Flareverse, week 7, mid-season finale, plus Crisis on Earth X.
So the Crisis on Earth X happened before mid-season finale.
Let's tackle that first.
You want to do Crisis on?
Of course.
Okay. Best crossover I have ever seen, not just in the Flareoverse, but in television history. I was on the seat of my pants watching this 4-episode crossover. It definitely did kind of remind me of what you were talking about with the whole Red Sun kind of gimmick.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. And it took a small chunk of it.
How did you enjoy the whole Nazi type thing? It was, I thought, a nice touch because in a world, what would have happened if the Nazis in World War II had have conquered everybody? It was a nice, this is what things would have been like. I like the fact, too, that heroes are villains. You don't get that often. And villains are heroes. And because being the fact this happened, they reintroduced Captain Cold. And he's on the Legends team now, again. Which I love.
Not just Captain Cold. Captain Cold with the original retro glasses.
Yes. So, I think a lot of people missed Captain Cold. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Wentworth Mill is amazing.
Yeah. Why don't you add some stuff? I'm drawing a blank on a lot of things to talk about, except the big thing that happened, the tearjerker at the end.
Oh, that get you too?
I was.
If I wanted to set a camera up for the reaction of it, and I would have cried just like Kevin Smith. My problem
is there are certain things in TV which do get me emotional, and being the fact what we're talking about is Professor Stein gets shot and dies. Stein was a father to Jax. I take it personally because I have lost my father. So then it triggers this thought in your head, and that's where the tearjerker starts to happen. And it was.
You just get so emotionally connected to these characters.
Yeah.
And then they rip it away, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of different things to add to it. Did you enjoy the addition of...
Here's what I enjoyed about the shows, all right? Unlike the last crossover, you got the full crossover from every single episode.
Yes.
You know, unlike the first crossover, Supergirl crossover started off at the beginning, it actually starts off as the entire episode.
Yeah, it didn't start off at the end.
And I love that. And each episode wasn't just Supergirl character. It wasn't just, Arrow or Flash. They all came together in one, and like, it was like a giant movie. I loved about that.
Exactly.
My favorite part about that.
There's a couple things that I took from this. One, the CW Seed, which has like the Vixen animated CW show. They actually now have one called The Ray. So the character of the Ray in there, Captain Cold's romantic partner in there, he now has his own TV series on the Seed, and it's an animation series, and it takes place on Earth X.
Oh, that's cool.
Before Crisis on Earth X happens, because all those villains are still alive. So I cannot wait to watch that. I'm excited for that. Two, I have speculations of something that happened. At Barry and Iris's wedding, Barry is talking to a woman. She's a hostess there.
That random scene, I had no idea what was going on.
This is where I'm going
and
with
I've
this.
been trying to think about that.
This is where I'm going with this.
Yep.
I'm glad it caught your attention too. She came up to him and she said that she had to come up and meet Barry Allen. She's like, I had to come up and just say hi to you. My thought is, she is Barry and Iris's daughter from the future, and she's a speedster.
Could be. No.
This scene, this is the thing. This scene has to coexist with the Flash somehow in the future, because otherwise it would have been some weird scene. Ooh, I have to come up and see Barry Allen.
It's got to be something. It's not going to be the daughter, though.
Could she be, though, a daughter maybe from another Earth? Or a speedster from another Earth?
It could be a speedster from another Earth, but I think she's going to probably be a big part in the next season of Flash.
Yeah, so it's not just me where it was just some random scene.
It was too random of a scene for it to be nothing.
Yeah.
That character is going to do something in one of these shows in the future.
Okay.
You're guaranteed to see her someone else. Guaranteed.
Right.
A daughter? I don't think so.
That was my first thought, though. So.
Because science tells us it's not the daughter.
All right, we got to move quickly here because we still have the main event.
We're good.
Season finales. Supergirl. Best mid-season finale out of all this.
Yeah.
The battle with Rain, finally.
So that one episode pretty much was what I sent to you about Rain.
Yeah. Nice touch to Smallville, though, too, with Rain eye blasting her symbol into buildings, whereas Clark, when he was taken over in his mind by his father, did that to like the barn and stuff like that. Also got out of this, Mon-El says that the people in his pod are his new Legion, which I did some research because the next episode's called the Legion of Superheroes. That is an actual Legion from the future, his little Justice League Corps.
Yeah.
His wife is Saturn Girl, who we got introduced to also in Smallville. So, Supergirl, awesome. The Flash.
Supergirl got beat up at the end.
Yeah.
And
Amazing fight, though.
it was a good fight scene. I liked the cliffhanger, though. That's how you do a small cliffhanger.
Oh,
you know?
where the Rain, I forget her regular and her human name, her daughter comes down.
Yeah.
And it's not her mother, it's Rain.
And that's what I want to talk about most of these about, is the cliffhanger they leave us on. I love that. You know, Supergirl is beat up and in hospital bed, right?
Yeah, in the DEO.
In the DEO, and Rain's just sitting there, full-fledged evil.
Yep.
That's how you do a cliffhanger, just like that.
Another cliffhanger happened in The Flash where we find out, I thought DeVoe was going to put his mind in Barry. That's why he kidnapped Barry.
Oh, everybody did, yeah.
And come to find out, this guy, Dominic, who's a telekinetic guy, that's who he put his mind into. And they leave DeVoe's dead body in Barry's apartment. The police show up, and Barry could run away. But he knows he can't. He has to stay there and be Barry Allen, not the Flash. Cliffhanger right there, too.
Yep, he gets arrested.
Just like his father, too. Getting accused of a murder he did not commit. Legends of Tomorrow.
Why he didn't leave? Because Barry could have escaped easily.
Yeah, but now...
Why do you think he stayed?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Do you think the thought of his father was in his head when he stayed?
Maybe.
Because those are the cliffhangers that I enjoy so much.
Yeah.
Is that it leaves you with a puzzling question of, that was a really good episode, but why?
Yeah.
You know?
Quickly, Legends of Tomorrow. Jax ends up leaving the team after he tries to give a note to Youngstein about the death of himself. But like Youngstein said, I'm not going to mess up the time and all that stuff. Jax now leaves the team, but we get the addition of Constantine back to he's on the Wave Rider with the Legends of Tomorrow.
Which was awesome.
Yep. A lot of people are fans of Constantine. And
Well, one question about this, though. Sarah looked puzzled, like, who are you, right? Wasn't there an Arrow episode with Sarah...
Yeah, Constantine saved Sarah.
Yeah, so Sarah should know who...
She might have been
Constantine-
puzzled how he got on the ship, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Because she was puzzled, like, who are you kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know who John Constantine is.
Yeah. Quickly to Arrow, the big things coming out of Arrow where Renee is testifying against Oliver, saying he is Green Arrow. Big thing there, Team Arrow splits up, but at the end we find out that Black Canary had put a camera in the Arrow Batcave kind of thing, and you have this now Legion of Doom again, where it's Black Siren, Caden James, Anatoly, Vincent, aka Vigilante, and Ricardo Diaz, the guy who made the drug. So a nice little Legion of Doom again kind of thing.
No, all 4 of these shows had amazing mid-season finales.
Yeah. So.
But Jackson, though, let's talk about him for a second.
Yeah.
Are we done with Jackson? Or do you think he'll come back later on? Maybe he joins Flash Team for a few?
I still think Robbie, the first Firestorm, is still going to show up somewheres, and him and Jax are going to become Firestorm.
Think so?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Firestorm has been... look, Firestorm is in Injustice 2. He's a great character.
Yeah. No, and I didn't really care much about his acting, Jackson, guys who played Jackson's acting, until Crisis on Earth X. With that one emotional scene, it really showed that he can act, you know? And I hate to see him leave like that and just be done with it.
I think he'll be back, but
so
again...
I'm hoping he'll be back.
Again, there were other characters in Legends of Tomorrow that have left, and we haven't seen them now for a while, so...
Yeah.
Main event, because I know we don't have much time, and I do want to get through these. We decided we're like we do every year. We have winter movies.
Yep.
Winter is not the time for movies, though. There's not a big list, but there are a few strong movies to see between December and February.
All right.
December, I have the 15th.
Okay.
I have Ferdinand, starring John Cena and Gabriel Iglesias.
In the bowl that Bugs Bunny always harasses.
Kinda. But John Cena is Ferdinand. I'm excited for this. Unfortunately, it's going to get blown out of the water on the same day by Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Yep.
Star Wars The Last Jedi, I still say it, she's going to turn to the dark side somehow in this.
It could be, and then she gets turned back later on.
Something like that.
Probably.
But I think this is going to be more of a big step for, what's his name, who plays Luke Skywalker?
Mark Hamill?
Yes, I'm drawing a blank today. I think it's more of a step for his character in Star Wars again.
Who knows?
So, anything for you?
I have one called Beyond Skyline.
Okay.
It caught my eye because there was a movie came out in like 2010-ish, I think, called Skyline.
Yep.
About these an alien movie, and I think this might be a sequel. If it is, I hope so. Because Skyline was a real good B-rated alien movie.
Good B-rated movie.
It was a good B-rated alien movie. I enjoyed it a lot. And I hope this is a sequel to it.
All right. Moving on to the 20th. I know we both aren't talking much about it, but I'm still going to see it when it comes out. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. You have to mention it. It's one of those movies.
It's on my list too, man.
But then we have a musical called The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
It's about P.T. Barnum and his circus, and it stars Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum and Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's been doing a lot of musicals lately. I think he was in Les Miserables. I can't.
Yep.
And I mean, the trailer for The Greatest Showman looks good, but my problem is I'm not a huge musical fan. Like I hate when TV shows do musicals.
Yeah, I know you do.
Musical episodes.
I know you do.
But
they're very. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
They're real good.
We'll see.
And I'm glad to see that he can still act in other parts besides Logan. Yeah.
We have the 22nd. A lot of people will enjoy this because they're huge fans of the Pitch Perfect series, but Pitch Perfect 3 is coming out in January of the 22nd. The last Pitch Perfect movie. I haven't either. I never will. So I don't care for it, but a lot of people love them. I'm looking forward, though, to Father Figures starring Ed Helms and Owen Wilson. This movie looks hilarious.
Ed Helms?
Ed Helms.
That guy still acts?
Yeah. Basically, they're trying to figure out, their mother drops a bombshell on them that she doesn't know who their father is.
And their point is Ed Helms had to go look for him, right?
Him and Owen Wilson, yeah.
Of course.
So they go and try to find their father. There's 5 different guys that she slept with, and yeah. But Matt Damon's in a comedy.
Thank you. I've been waiting for you to talk about this.
Downsizing.
Yes.
Where people get shrunk down to miniatures and live in miniature communities where your $20 that you might have in your bank account means you're a multi-billionaire now.
This movie looks so unique.
It's hilarious.
and I
saw the
cannot
trailer.
wait to watch it.
I saw the trailer for this in the movie theater when I saw Daddy's Home 2.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the trailer.
I really
and
wanna see it.
It's a different kind of movie. And I like
Exactly. Anything else for you in December?
that. New Jackie Chan movie called Bleeding Steel.
Bleeding Steel.
Yeah. I know nothing about it. All I know, I just saw his name. I was like, oh, that looks good. He's some sort of renegade cop
Yeah.
with futuristic weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
January 5th, I have Insidious, The Last Key. It's like the third or fourth Insidious movie. It's a horror movie. Obviously, they're good because if they keep making them.
Making the money, keep
I'm
doing
not a
it.
horror movie fan, so I don't know much about it. On the 12th, I have a new Liam Neeson movie called The Commuter. What can I say? It's a typical Liam Neeson action movie.
On a train.
On a train.
On a train.
So he's not in a plane this time, and he's not in a foreign country, but he's on a train.
He's on a train.
On the 19th, I have the new Chris Hemsworth movie called 12 Strong. It's based off a book and true events.
That's a Chris Hemsworth movie?
Well, this is the problem I'm going to get to. It's about soldiers going into Afghanistan,
Okay,
fighting after
gotcha.
9/11. And the reason why is you hate the based on movies because you feel like, why should people be making money off traumatic events like 9/11?
Yeah.
So
that's probably why I missed it.
exactly. But one I think you're going to love on the same day is called Den of Thieves. It's a Gerard Butler movie, and I know you like Gerard Butler.
Ooh, I do like Gerard
And
Butler.
him and his group of ragtag guys go ahead and have a bank heist, and they steal $120 million.
It's a heist movie?
Yes.
I love heist movies.
there you go.
This movie's right up my path.
Exactly. For me, though, for my birthday, because it comes out a couple days after my birthday, on the 26th of January, the third Maze Runner movie, Death Cure. I am so excited to watch this. I believe it's the last one in the trilogy of it.
It could be.
And I am so excited to find out how they're going to cure the end of the world, basically.
What's that Gerard Butler movie called?
Den of Thieves.
When's it come out?
Comes out the 19th.
19th.
Already putting it in your calendar?
Yes, I am.
Telling the missus we're going to see this?
Yeah.
The other movie I think you'll enjoy is an animation on the 26th. Comes out. It's called Aztec Justice Thunder Squad. And the voices, the actors who voice these characters are Alec Baldwin, James Franco, and your boy Jeremy Renner.
Really?
Yes, it's about a group. They're like animals. It's one of those animal animation movies, but it's a superhero one. It's a ragtag of animal superheroes fighting this villain who's a giant walrus.
That sounds
But
awesome.
just because it's got Jeremy Renner in it, I thought I have to put this down for you.
Yeah.
January ones for you?
You hit them all.
Okay. Like I said, people, we're speeding through this. We're running out of time, but there's not many. It's winter. People don't like going out in the winter. February 9th, all the ladies out there are going to love this. The third movie in the 50 Shades of Grey area. So we had 50 Shades of Grey, then 50 Shades Darker last year, and this year, 50 Shades Freed.
You know, I'm really glad you're up to date with these 50 Shade movies.
Oh, my sisters love these movies. These, I've never seen one of them, but they're
You don't watch them with her?
No. They're these erotic chick flicks. I'm good. I'm sorry. It's just not down my alley. Also on the same day for the children out there, we have Peter Rabbit coming out. Do you ever remember growing up watching Peter Rabbit movies?
Yes.
So we get
yeah, I've
another
seen
one.
the trailer. It looks stupid.
Is this kind of like we're getting into this like rabbit thing? We had Hop a couple years ago come out, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter
What
Rabbit,
month-
whoop-de-doo.
What month was that? February?
February. You'd think they'd wait till Easter,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry, but nothing gets better in February until the 16th. Black bleepin', I can't say it, so I'll just say bleepin', Panther. My thing with Black Panther is I'm not a fan of Black Panther, and I thought when I heard the movie was first coming out, I'm like, whoop-de-doo.
Right.
But I've been watching the same trailer over and over and over, and it's just, oh, I really want to see it.
It's going to be a tight movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight, man.
So, I love the fact I can't think of the guy's name who's the villain in it, but he played Creed. It was also he was also in Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I know
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
I know
But
exactly.
he's
Yeah.
a villain. So I'm really excited for this. I have on the 23rd Game Night. Have you heard of
Okay.
Game Night? It stars Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. Basically, this couple, they go ahead and do game nights every week. And unfortunately, this game night becomes into a murder mystery game night where they got to solve this murder. And they think throughout the entire movie that it's this game they're playing. Come to find out, it's actually really happening. There's murder and kidnapping actually happening. So it looked pretty good.
Is that it for February for you?
No, I have one more.
What do you got?
I have War with Grandpa. This reminded me of Bad Grandpa because it stars Robert De Niro.
Oh, it does?
It stars Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken. Basically, the concept of it is this grandfather ends up moving in a house with the grandson and all that stuff and the parents. And he has a leg problem where he can't get up to the attic to the room, up the stairs. So they're making him move in with the grandson. So the grandson ends up playing pranks on the grandfather to try to kick him out of the room. But unfortunately, the grandfather knows how to play pranks too and does it right back to the grandson. Awesome. So that's it for movies for me.
I missed one in January 26th. I don't know how I missed it. I'm a big Kickboxer fan of all the movies. Kickboxer Retaliation comes out on the 26th.
I don't think I've ever seen a Kickboxer movie.
It's great, yeah. This has got Christopher Lambert in it. I don't think that guy acted in a very long time.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, Mike Tyson. It should be a pretty decent movie.
Yeah. But out of all these movies, I think Black Panther is the most anticipated one for February. That's the thing.
For February?
Yeah. No, for winter, I mean. The winter movies. Yeah, it's...
Black Panther, yeah, I think it's going to make the most money. Downsizing is going to be phenomenal.
Matt Damon finally returned to something.
But Star Wars is probably...
Oh, I'm an idiot. I totally forgot about Star Wars.
It's going to be tough. I can't wait to do the box... I'm going to do box office numbers for Star Wars versus Black Panther. See which one does better. Because that's going to be a tight one, too.
Yeah. So with our final minutes, I know I mentioned I brought into the studio today, I have the final draft of the Nerdy Awards.
Yes,
so
quickly do
I will
this.
be posting the Nerdy Awards on our Facebook page, so go on there and vote for this year's Nerdy Awards. One rule change we added this year was you have a write-in vote. So kind of like politics, where you can write in somebody if you don't like the Trump and the Hillary. So basically the rules are if you're looking at one of the categories and you don't like any of the nominations, you are allowed one write-in vote for your entire Nerdy Award process. So you have to make up your mind. I had one person, my mother, for instance, didn't put in The Walking Dead as a write-in for Best Comic Book Movie TV show. Final minute, though, you wanted to bring up something. Was it the most anticipated movies list you wanted to say something about?
Yeah, you want to talk about that quickly?
Yeah, here we go. If you want
do you
to
got?
the list again. We only got about a minute, but...
For 2018, you had Tomb Raider, Solo, a Star Wars movie, Incredibles 2, Ant-Man vs. Wasp. That's the same thing you did. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Creed 2, Avengers, Deadpool 2, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Mission Impossible 6, Mary Poppins Returns.
It's a hard list.
It's a hard list, but I don't see Mary Poppins being very high on that list. Incredibles 2 is pretty high up on that list.
I think Incredibles 2 is going to be in the top 3.
Tomb Raider, I don't see that high up on the list.
Can we just say Avengers Infinity War is going to win? I'm sorry, but if it doesn't, a lot of people out there need my size 16 where the sun don't shine. But...
Me personally, I have like a couple minutes to talk about this. Avengers, Incredible 2, and probably Mission Impossible 6.
Yeah. We'll get into it more. Like I said, you have till the end of the year to vote for the Nerdy Awards because that's what we start the new year with. So go online and vote for it. But unfortunately, we're out of time. We'll talk about it next time. Thanks for watching this episode of Legends of the Nerds. Don't forget, watch us every week here on Channel 15. Also, you can watch this episode and every other episode on our YouTube and Facebook pages at Legends of the Nerds. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at KrillinMan. I'm not quite sure what the next episode is. I have to go on my list to see what we're talking about. But definitely stay tuned. And remember, stay nerdy.